Hi, everybody. I got this article from a friend of mine from a class in our political science class, and I was wanting to share it with everyone, and it may be important to everybody, okay, everyone that's an American, and it's not good. It's not a good thing. Actually, what it's in regards to is the law that they just passed, the bill through Congress of the S 1867. And if you haven't read that bill, please go through it. It's over 900 pages, but at least go through some of the important points that are in that bill. It's pretty scary. It's basically what they're doing. What they're going to do with the military. It's national defense authorization. And what they mean by authorized is that Congress is giving the Army, the armed forces here, authorization to detain you for no reason at all. They're going to do this to the American citizens. So that's what this article is about. So this can shed some light on the bill 1867. Okay, Ron Paul and the Tea Party can't save you. Okay, well, there's things that the Tea Party is not out to do a good thing anyway. It's just everything's just all a setup for the New World Order, and none of them are really going to save you. They work for the New World Order, and especially I know a lot of you guys like Ron Paul, but you have to be careful. You have to, really do research yourself and find these things out, or you can really run into trouble. Okay, I'm going to get into the article. There has been considerable confusion over the past few hours as to whether the Senate, which passed the National Defense Authorization Act, FY 2012, included a few-minute waiver to protect American citizens from some of the bill's most outrageous and fascist elements, including the right of the United States government to detain citizens, even those on American soil and not charged with a crime, indefinitely in military prison. This means that peaceful protesters could be rounded up, dishonestly labeled as potential terrorists or suspicious, and imprisoned for life without a trial or an attorney. How do you like that, guys? This makes me sick. This means that the federal military personnel would be patrolling our streets, literally signaling the end of our free republic. You guys that are in the military, you took an oath to protect the citizens, American citizens, from domestic terror. Well, we've got domestic terror here, and it's not the American citizens. Actually, it's the government. We have a rogue government that's wanting to destroy our freedoms. They're traitors. They hate America. Their loyalty is with Israel. Okay? And I hope you guys understand that, because when you find yourself in one of these camps, then you'll remember this day. The offending section of the NDAA has been compared to the internment camps the United States government ran during World War II, except this time around it will be Ron Paul supporters, the Tea Party members, and young Occupy Wall Street organizers in detainment camps. It doesn't matter if a last-minute waiver is in the bill. The offering portions are currently worded so vaguely that any U.S. citizen can be considered a terrorist or an aid to terroristic activity. Any U.S. citizen who is inconvenient to the United States government can be detained and silenced. So actually they're using Ron Paul, as you can recall in that statement about Ron Paul's supporters. Well, they don't say anything about Ron Paul, do they? Okay, he's just used as a puppet like the rest of them, so that they want to look you up and that you're a Ron Paul supporter or a member of the Tea Party. They're going to come and round you up. That was the only reason why that they did this. They had it all planned all along. And it makes me sick that they're that good at it. I hate to admit that. But also the intent was extremely bad here. Senators John McCain, Carl Levin, and Lindsey Graham. Carl Levine, he's Jewish. Intended for this bill to redefine the U.S. homeland as a battlefield. Graham's words is not mine. Allowing the revocation of even our most basic civil rights and access to due process. When the intent is bad and intentionally vague section of the NDAA can be interrupted by authorities in the worst possible way, the whole bill must be thrown out, except for a key parts to continue military operations and crucial funding of our armed forces. Let me remind you that this is not a drill. This is an inflammatory blogger's post. This actually happened, and with the Senate's passage of this bill, it's very close to become law. The U.S. mainstream media is not covering this at all, as I pointed out in a recent article. The only source from even remotely accurate information right now is on social networks, especially Twitter, which reminds me of something that you experience in Iran or Syria and not in America. The best CNN that has done, for example, is mention there have been some controversy about a new detainee rights outlined in the National Defense Authorization Act. Well, at least they mentioned that one. And that's from your main media, mass media, CNN. Okay, the network neglects to tell its readers and viewers that detainee now means American citizen. This is chilling. Americans now have the same rights as random enemy combatants in Afghanistan. Your government is now treating you as I'd treat a member of the Taliban. Congress has committed treason against the American people. And you know what they should do, the traitors. Up until now, no matter how much or how little wealth you had, no matter how much or little education influence you had, every American, which is at least guaranteed freedom from fear, your government could not come in the middle of the night with military non-police forces without charge and take you away. If the National Defense Authorization Act clears the House, is not vetoed by President Obama, that will no longer be true. None of us will be safe, and you won't be given access to a trial or a lawyer. The media is not telling the public about this bill, which means that you have to, before your right to speak out disappears. Tell everyone this cannot be allowed to stand. This is still the United States of America, and any senator who voted in favor of this National Defense Authorization Act in this current form should be forced to resign from public office immediately. They've crafted a bill that turns America's military against its own people and suspends habeas corpus. Don't write articles every day, but oh, this is what the author said. I don't have to read that one then. I think he made like a short note about where you can follow him, but I'll leave the link and you can go to that link. The video from the author summarizes the National Defense Authorization Act in its current form is so harmful and it must be stopped. And this is the video that he's talking about here. So I'll leave a link to this article. Okay, you have to forgive me because, I think my sinus has turned to a bad cold, but I'm sorry. But I need to get this out, and please pass this information around. And I was thinking today, where how our country has gotten into a mess. Well, when America turned their backs on God and pushed him, out of our society, this is what happened. And we were going to lose our freedom, and we're asking for it. We deserve what we're getting, okay? But I don't want it to happen, because this is just really bad. I mean, would you want to spend the rest of your life away from your comforts in a detention camp? In a concentration camp? That's what I call them, concentration camps. Well, it's up to you guys. People for months, have warned you about what's coming to pass. And still, so many people are still asleep. So this may be our last time. So as soon as I get this out, the better. So I'm going to end it here. And tell you all, God bless you all. And Jesus does still love you. If you don't know him today, please give your life to him. Because we're not guaranteed another tomorrow. And especially what's coming down. You're going to need him. Spiritually, you're going to have to need somebody, and it's going to be Jesus. It has to be. Okay. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Jesus loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye now.